Hi all, long time no vid once again. This time because I've got a nasty cough which has been going on since beginning of November. There are several videos that I'm still wanting to do and will do. First one I thought I'd do, I've revamped the hobby room, sort of put things in different places because we've moved into a really cool practice space nearby. So I've got my main amps stood up there, which freed up some space here, which has allowed me to sort of reposition a bunch of stuff. So probably do one from the practice room at another time. So I'm just going to take you around and show you quickly where things are stood now and what the logistics of the place are. So I hope you enjoy. So first off, I moved the stacks, which were all on the back wall. Go to the back wall, what used to be the back wall. So I've got one stack there. The Playboy calendar is still where it was. Back there I've got the mixer and the notebook, which I do my recordings on, followed by some guitars. The E-drum kit stood there. Then the Labrador, it's a permanent installment in this room. Just kidding, not really. Got the other tower over here. So that's a subwoofer, PV subwoofer for the PA, and then crate bass amp for the very few occasions when I play bass, and the top speaker for the PA. Then I've got a bunch of cases there, just the one on the left for the Black Dried, the one in the middle for the Duesenberg semi-acoustic, and the one on the right for the Gibson Les Paul. Then very bright, the light that I use for doing the vids. Behind it I've got another two cases, one for the Dean Razorback, one for the Ibanez RG1527. Even more cases, that is the very cool case for the Blank Machine, and the front here is for this little thing, the Coffin case, which holds three guitars, currently housing an RG1527, RG3120 and my old Sabre. And there's that cough still. Behind that, then the second guitar I ever bought, in the background, the BC Rich Warlock. Remove the other one. The thing in front is a little sort of child's guitar, short scale child's guitar, which is for my daughters, for when they want to pretend to be rock stars. There we go, that's the second guitar I ever bought right there. It's my BC Rich Warlock with, I believe it's called Cream Crackle, the finish. So there's that. And then I have a 5 guitar rack stand, which currently has my K7 at the end, followed by an old semi-acoustic company called Spirit. Never heard of them before. Used to play that at school. Then my 5-string bass, which I used to do some sort of demo recordings. Then Zach Wild custom Epiphone, and always in handy reach, a Black Machine stood there, so I can grab that with my right hand, because I'm standing right now where I usually stand to play with the jam, write songs or practice with a band. There's my Dean Razorback. There's a few pedals down there, that's the Boss RC50 loop station, which I use for jamming and helping write some songs. Then Bad Horsey 2, Noble preamp, my old Metal Charger and Metal Master. Don't really use those anymore. Still got them. There's the other sub. It's a custom made 2x12, which I got from England, Celestion loaded. A 2x12 Marshall, and the top speaker again. Then the little Vox AD30 VT, which I as you can see, I've got the speaker actually pointing into the subwoofer. That's because I don't use the built-in speaker. I always have the line out running either into the loop station and then up into the mixer or directly into the mixer. It's a Phonic 1860 power pod, which we use for playing gigs when we have to bring our own PA, and also for band practices in here, which I'll say a few words about in a second. That's an old 17-inch PowerBook I used to do the recordings with. Back there's my Samsung USB mic, which I use for recording vocals, and essential equipment, very essential equipment there, which is a Gutmanns Weissbier. It's one of the best Weissbiers there is. It's Dean guitar's guitar chair when I'm chilling, and the headphones I'm using Biodynamic DTX 700. Pretty cool for the price, certainly very good. Here is my current main axe, which is the Hufschmied Black Droid teller-shaped 8-string. I'm going to do a separate piece on that at some point in the near future, hopefully. There's my Duesenberg Carlton Custom. That's what I use my main guitar for jazz stuff, and the Gibson here, which I use for the very rare occasions when I'm doing some blues jams, or also as my backup for the jazz stuff. And the Baton Rouge electric ukulele right there. I'm still trying to find the right gauge strings for to actually get it strung up correctly. So that's a Les Paul Studio Plus, I believe. And then there's note stand, tuner, foot switch for the Vox, and mic stand. And on there I've got my Sennheiser E855. That's what I use for live vocals and sometimes recording scratch vocals as well. So then this is where I'm stood looking out, and I've got the drummer right in front of me normally, and our other guitarist stood over there with the bass player over there as well. So I've got always one tower facing me, and then the bass player and the other guitar player, one tower facing them. The E-kit is a Roland. It's got the TD3 module. It's a very low tech really by comparison. It's still got the old rubber pads, but it does for practices certainly. Got a Phonic USB to MIDI interface there. Actually got two bass pads for it, so we can do some awesome double bass. And I'm running out the MIDI into the computer and the audio headphone jack into the mixer. It's all stood over there, so that's where I'd be standing normally. So yeah, that's the setup in the practice room. What we usually do when we're practicing is this little thing down here, which is a Behringer sort of micro amp headphone amplifier. As I run all the signals into the mixing board over there, and then that take the out from there into the headphones. So everyone stood around with headphones, and we can actually get a pretty clear mix then. Everyone can hear what everyone else is doing, we don't disturb the neighbours too much. And then up in our practice space, which like I said I'll hopefully show you soon, do a little tour of that at some point. That's where we can let rip and really crank up the amps and get visceral and guttural. So up here we've got some pictures of when we went to see the SAB play. That was a cool experience. And over here we've got some artwork for Beyond Redemption, one of my former bands, for the God Sent EP that we recorded. And another one. These are all done by a chap called Keith Williams. Very awesome artist. Very cool. And there's me, my old Sepultura t-shirt, my old Chauvel Avenger, Nick Zarkmeyer from Hollow Point, and I was playing in university. So yeah, so that's it. That's where I play. That's the hobby room where we practice most of the time when we're not up in the live practice space. Easy to write songs here and all that as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and see you soon in the next vid. Bye.